G'day everyone, Professor Maple here. We're back on Maple's World where last episode we built this lovely horse stables as an extension to our base, which is right here of course. I think it turned out great. We've got the dogs in, we've got the horses in, of course. Of course we have the horse. We've even got cats nearby, keeping the creepers away. This has turned out lovely. And what I want to do this episode is kind of keep addressing kind of I guess at this point it's not really the front of the base, but let's go for a quick walk here. Let's go for a jaunt through the countryside because there is I wanted to put like a train station at the, I guess, to continue the base's board game theme, a bit of and now I can't remember the board game's name anymore. Ticket to Ride. That's what. Yeah, a bit of a Ticket to Ride influence with our Settlers of Catan base, and so I figured there's not really like a place I could just plop down a train station without it looking out of place, except sort of along here, because we have the hills coming in here. And so we've got our shulker boxes with hopefully all the materials we need. We're not super far from the base, so it's not a big deal if we don't have them all. Because we can just get more. But this should be sufficient for what we need to build our train station, which I'm going to put, as much as it's maybe not the best place. All this too tall grass. I don't like it. That's where creepers want to hide. That's why I've got the lower grass from Vanilla Tweaks. It's just creepers can hide less in it. But basically, what I want to do is, and I'm gonna say terrascape or landform, because I'm not sure how accurate it is to say I'm landscaping or terraforming. So terrascaping and landforming are going to be the words for. Did I just hear a frog, or am I? No, I think I'm just hearing things. Anyway, um, yeah, we're gonna landscape or not landscape. We're gonna landform or terrascape uh, this area here, and we're gonna put a tunnel that goes from blank location in the world to here, and we're gonna put a train station at the end of the line here, and it'll be connected by a path to the base. So I think what we'll do is we'll just get into some resource gathering. Oh, well, not resource gathering, but resource. Well, it is resource gathering, but it's not like I'm going to be necessarily using this. I'm taking these trees down to get rid of them, not to use them. But yeah, we'll come back from this and we'll maybe do some terrascaping, and then we'll see how we want to go from there. All right, and here is our hill. We've got zombie noises underneath it, but that's okay. We've got our excavated portion here, and now we just have to add the tunnel entrance to it, and then we'll be able to build kind of out from there, because once we have the tunnel entrance, we can determine where the rails go. Once we know where the rails go, we can determine where the actual station goes, and eventually the train that will be traveling on the tracks. So everything kind of starts here. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll do half slabs starting there and there, and we'll do a blicky block there and a half slab there, and another top side half slab and a block. And we do another block and a half slab. That's what it is. Block, half slab. And then a top side half slab and another block. And then a block and a half slab. And that should bring us to the middle. We should be, yep, in line with that torch. Perfect. And now we just do the same thing on the other side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then our half slab there and there. A block with another half slab on top of that. And another half slab here with a block. And let's see, where are we here? I've lost my spot. Then another block with a half slab. That's what it is. Oops, nope, not that. Block, half slab. And then a slab and a block. Slab, block. And let's just make sure it's symmetrical. Make sure I didn't mess up the second side. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, perfect. So now we've got that. I'm going to make some retaining walls here. And those retaining walls are going to... Ooh, it's going to be time to sleep soon. I'm going to sleep and then make some retaining walls. And then we'll get cracking with the rails. All right, and there it is. We have our lovely tunnel. It's a bit kind of Wile E. Coyote. I'll demonstrate now here. But that's a solid wall. That's not a hole. So we're just gonna create the illusion of that going through a tunnel for at least for the moment. I don't know if I'll ever connect this up to like an actual other station or something, but for now we've got this and it'll do, and it's great. But now we've got the noisy part. I've got the ballast down. That's all this gravel. That's just a fancy word for the gravel under the rails and the ties. But and the ties are just the fancy word for the things that hold the rails together. They're usually the wooden or concrete bits that go underneath the rails. But yeah, we're gonna place those down now. I've got myself a nice box of anvils. And I'm going to not record this part, or at least I'm going to cut out this part, and you'll see why in a moment, because if I do, let's see, the middle's there, so we want, I think it's there. It gets pretty loud, so I'm gonna place these and we'll come back to this. So I have put in all the ties, I've put in all the rails, and now I think it's time to make sure that once a train comes through the tunnel, it stops at the station and doesn't, you know, if for some reason the brakes aren't working or something, we don't want it just coming off the rails and crashing into the grass here. We want to be able to stop it. So I think what we'll do is we'll put in some buffers right here. And we'll do some of this and some of this. Temporary blocks, of course. And I know the piston style buffers that people use are popularized by Crafty Fox. So I'll link his channel in the description here when I go to upload the video. But for the moment, I just want to get these in, and I don't know if Crafty Fox is... I haven't done the research to see if he's done buffers like this, but this is kind of how I want to do the buffers here. Some nice British style buffers from before a whole bunch of trains became... Do they still have buffers there? I don't know. But Thomas the Tank Engine has taught me anything, that you need buffers at the end of things, and even then sometimes it doesn't really fix things. But yeah, we've got these, and then the trick is that we put a lever underneath, flick it, almost smack ourselves in the face with the piston, and there we go. Now we've got some buffers for our train to stop at the end of the tracks. You'll notice if I walk into them, if I push them, they're not sprung, but that's okay. Bonus points if you get that reference. Anyway, we're going to move on to I think the platform goes next, because we need, now that we have the rails in, we know how we can, or where we can place the platform, and then the actual station, the building that people go in and buy their ticket and whatnot will come after that. So let's get the platform in, and we'll see you on the other side of that, or during that, or I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't have replay mod installed, so for this version, because we're on version 1.20.2, I accidentally updated the world to that, forgetting that it had been released, or not knowing, or whatever. And yeah, of course, mods take a little bit to update. So, yeah, probably no time lapse for that, but we'll get the platform in here. There it is. Moo, yes, moo. There it is. There's the platform. Someone's really excited about that platform. I'm excited about it too, but I wasn't excited enough to moo about it right off the bat. But yeah, here it is. It's about 75 blocks long, which seems like a long way for a platform, but to get the shape I wanted and like the amount of room on it I wanted, it had to be this long. Even if the train's not going to be the whole length of the platform, I wanted to make sure that it's a good length for what we need to the space we need for it. Yeah, it's mostly just stone slabs, smooth stone slabs, and stone bricks on the side here, and that's pretty much. It's not anything super exciting. But you know what? I think it's time we had another session of Have I Eaten One of Those? And I actually have to dig for the balanced diet box today. I've just kind of spontaneously was like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to do a thing. So let's see. What haven't we eaten today? Actually, for those of you who don't know, Have I Eaten One of Those is this segment of the episode where we take a look at the husbandry tab. We go down to a balanced diet, which is right here. Nope. Did they move? Oh yeah, it's here. I think that moved. Anyway, a balanced diet. Right here, we've eaten 38 of 40 things possible to be eaten in Minecraft. I don't remember what those 38 things are. I don't remember what the last two things are. So in this box, we're going to choose a thing or two or three and eat them to make sure that we have eaten them. And you know what? I think we're going to go for the raw rabbit. We're going to go for the cooked rabbit. And we'll go for what the rabbits eat. We'll go for the carrots. We'll try three. So actually, I'm going to eat the carrot first, probably. So carrots. Have I eaten one of those? Let's see. I have eaten a carrot. Okay, so that's no good. What about raw rabbit? Have I eaten raw rabbit? Oh, raw rabbit's a thing. Raw rabbit, I have not eaten raw rabbit till now, so that's the thing. All right, we've got just one more thing left. And wouldn't it be really cool if that one thing was cooked rabbit? We're gonna find out. Cooked rabbit, have I eaten one of those? We did it. In a spontaneous bout of have I eaten one of those? We've finally done it. I don't know what we're gonna do next episode now that we don't have this to break things up. But yeah, thanks for coming on this journey with me to find out what I've eaten and what I haven't the slow way. Um, and I also want to thank you for all the support on previous videos that we've had out. Saying recently is kind of, well, the shorts have been coming out recently. The last episode is a few weeks old, so that's a thing. But yeah, thanks for the support regardless. I appreciate it. And thanks for all the subscribing and the liking and the comments that I've been getting. They've been super nice. And yeah, we'll get back to the build here. Ooh, I didn't do the back. The back of the platform is going to wait till I do some terraforming or some. Oh, I said the thing the right way around. Some terrascaping or land forming. There we go. That's better. That feels much better. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think what I want to do now with this is figure out where I want. Oh, hi, zombie. You gonna burn before you get to me? Oh, no, you're not. There you go. Okay. Anyway, before I was interrupted, yeah, I'm gonna figure out where we want the actual building of the station, like the tickets and the brochures and all that to go. It's probably gonna be about the middle of the platform. I think makes the most sense. And then we've got to, of course, make a walkway up to it because the ground's not the same level, and I'm not terrascaping this whole area to be the right Y level. It's gotta come and meet the building to a certain extent, I think. And then yeah, and then we're gonna put in the garden and call it a day, I think. Well, we've got like lampposts and a parking lot and stuff like that to put in too, but yeah. And here we are on the platform. Cows and horses in the background, or a cow and a horse. But yeah, here we are. I've finished the building. We've got some benches on the outside. We've got some texture. I took a fair amount of brick, a little bit of granite, but otherwise I'm happy. I'm happy that it's not like a super complicated build that it needs to be. And then the roof's got some texturing too. It's mostly dark prismarine with some warped plank stairs going on. So that's lovely. As we head inside here, those pressure plates, those aren't meant for the doors, but they kind of, that's a secondary effect. You'll find out next episode what that actually is for. But inside we've got a lovely waiting area, so you can sit on the benches here waiting for your train if the weather's not so great. We've got some brochures over here and everywhere, because a lot of times when you're traveling by train, uh, you know, it's a touristy thing. Lots of places will stop by, drop off their brochures, and you can have a look at the brochures to see maybe you want to go somewhere with a cool restaurant or something. They'll drop their brochure off at the train station so you can see what's going on, and that's what we've got going on here as well. We've got the other side is mostly symmetrical, not super different, but here we have the ticket booths. So in here we've got the files and tickets and ledgers and things like that. We've got some empty shelves for any other documents that the ticket takers might need. We've got our little iron bar here so that you can talk to the ticket taker without. I honestly don't really know what the iron bars are for, but that's what usually is there. And then there's the little slot underneath for on the counter so you can slide the money through and get your ticket, that sort of thing. That's lovely. And as you can see here, we kind of need a bit of a front to the landscaping here. Scaffolding is kind of in the way, but you can see we don't have like a proper yard or anything here yet. So that's a thing we'll be doing in a little bit. But before we do that, since it's dark, one thing I do want to do, if I can get in there. Now that I'm doing it on camera, of course, it's going to be harder. There we go. One thing I want to do here is add some lighting to the platform here, because at night you don't want mobs spawning and blowing up your train station and that sort of thing. And also, it's kind of, oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Where'd that go? There it is. Okay. It's dark. I can't see anything. Hopefully you can, regardless of the YouTube compression or not. But yeah, we're going to put a prismarine wall, and we're going to put, ooh, I'm going to need scaffolding for this. We're going to put a good 4 warped fences and then a 5th one hanging up there. We've got a skeleton shooting at us from the tracks. That's not a safe place to be, bud. You should really not be there. What if a train comes? Oh, I clicked on an anvil. Come on. There we go. Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted here. No, speaking of interruptions. Go away. There's no train here yet. Anyway. So yeah, now we can stick a lantern underneath there. And here we have our lovely lamppost. It's not super complicated. It's not overstated. It's kind of just matches the roof and the benches and things like that. That's all it really needs to do. And yeah, we're gonna put a few more of these in here, and then we've got the front to address. I think is the next order of business here. All right, and so address the front we have, and look at this. We've got a nice little ramp coming down to ground level from the level where we have the station built at. It's still, we still have some terrascaping to do. We still have some land forming, but for now, I think we're good, at least for the presentation, except we need some flowers. Now, I did make I did want to get some of these pink petals in here because they're neat and nifty and new. And there's a funny story that goes along with these while I place them, is that I actually designed a pink petal farm. And then I recorded a tutorial for it. I edited it together. I was getting ready to upload it to YouTube. And then I did my research, which I should have done first. Because then I found out that, well, Razeworks had designed the same pink petal farm 3 months prior. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I can't really release that tutorial now. That's just how it goes. That's why I should have done my research first. But yeah, these are cool little directional flowers. You can place them down, make patterns with them. I'm just kind of doing whatever here. Little spaces in between kind of make it look neat, I think. And then what else do we want here? We want some lily of the valley. We'll grab 4 of those and pop those here, 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 and here. Yeah, I think I like that. And then let's see, we want maybe some Let's get some azalea bushes. Pop those in there and there on the ends, and probably on the ends elsewhere as well, like here and here. We want to keep this symmetrical, keep it nice and neat and tidy. Pop some here and here, and maybe on the diagonals too. We'll just pop all those down. And let's see, what else? We want some azure bluets to finish off the front row. We want some dandelions. And I know it's pronounced dandelions, but I feel like pronouncing it dandelion today. Don't ask me why. I just sometimes like to mispronounce words for the sake of mispronouncing words. It's kind of fun to say. If you know, if you're into that sort of thing. I want to put some sweet berry bushes in here. They're gonna go up here and here and here and here. And rose bushes, we've gotta add some height in here, I think. So we're gonna pop those right there behind the dandelions. And some poppies, some orange tulips. We'll just grab a stack of them just in case, or half a stack, half a stack. We'll just grab everything that's left here. So the poppies will go beside the dandelions, and the tulips kind of around them. We'll make a little bit of a rainbowy sort of thing there. We'll put some oxeye daisies in behind that, and put the best Minecraft flower in the back here. The not the azure bluets, that's down there. The blue orchids. Oh my gosh! And we're gonna sleep. There, we've got the blue orchids in, and I think this leftover space here, that's all going to be pink petals as well. I think that's gotta. Oh wait, I need to. Oh, maybe I could just fill that up, and then this one I'll fill up as well. Maybe fill that part way, and we'll maybe do this part way as well, but from this angle. And we'll do, trying not to, oh, you don't hurt yourself on the bushes from this stage in their growth cycle, but still, I don't want to spend too much time on them because they'll be that size pretty soon, and then I will take damage. But I think that looks nice. Yeah, yeah. Those berry bushes will have berries on them soon enough, and they'll grow in. But I think this is good. I think this is what we want here. Does it look good from this side? Yeah. Yeah, it's a little lopsided until this little guy grows, but until then, it still looks pretty good. And it's always good when you know, like, when you have a walkway around something like this, you want to make sure you get it from a bunch of different angles like this, because these are all angles that people may look at it from. This one's not maybe a good angle because of the bushes, the leaves, the azalea leaves, but it's not, you know, it's going to be two sides because it'll be the same on this side as well, out of a bunch of different sides. I'd say most of the way we see what we want to see here, and I think that's fine. So I think we're gonna leave that there, and I think think we're going to call it an episode there. So anyway, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all the support on previous videos and on this video as well, hopefully. Have a good now, have a good later, and we'll see you next episode for more of specifically this station. It needs a train, and we'll do that next episode. But yeah, have a good now, have a good later, and we'll see you next time for more of whatever the heck this is. Goodbye.